you know, and the other, I think, big part of the story that surprised me was the FDA, right? And the
Yeah.
FDA's role in opioid approvals. And in the case of OxyContin, you know, we think about like the FDA as this big, giant bureaucratic organization. And, you know, you think, we were talking about stem cells a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
that if you want uh, to get an approval for a drug, you know, and well, okay, you got to send it to the FDA, and it's going to be reviewed by this massive board of scientists and, you know, experts, and they're going to make a determination after careful analysis, right? That's not how it works. And in the case of OxyContin, the whole approval process came down to this guy named Curtis Wright. And Curtis Wright, when Purdue Pharma needed the FDA to approve, they'd spent 30 million bucks developing this drug. The whole business of drug developing is fascinating, but they were all in, and they needed this drug, and to keep the company alive, they needed the FDA to approve it. And this guy was like, I can't approve this. This is heroin in a pill. No. Well, and they kept trying to get him to approve it, and they kept trying to and they started trying to like pump his ego up. They started writing articles with him. They started trying to, you know, schmooze him and charm him. He wouldn't approve it. Finally, and no one knows the facts, they took him to a hotel on the East Coast. Purdue Pharma took Curtis Wright of the FDA, spent a couple of days in this hotel room. They came out of the hotel room with an approval, with the language, OxyContin, quote, is believed to be non-addictive, is believed. If you think about that language, it had never been used in an approval process before, ever. Made no sense. Is believed. Not is not, but is believed to not be addictive. A year later, he leaves the FDA, where he's making probably 50 grand a year. Where does he go work? Purdue Pharma.
Ugh.
For $400,000+ a year.
Ugh.
They bought the approval.
But the 2 days in the hotel, what the fuck did they do?
Nobody
and
knows.
who agrees to stay in a hotel for 2 days with those people?
I wrote a scene in Painkiller. We were putting it together where we imagined what happened in that hotel.
Right.
And I had like everything from monkeys to like kickboxing, Thai kickboxing, massage parlors, to like everything and like I wanted to film the most debaucherous 2-day, like anything your mind could think of, like the craziest of the right?
Water sports.
All of it, like jet water sports, like with they spray your house down with sandblasting,
Yeah.
like just the crazy, and we wrote it like this just Faustian orgy of absolute decadence, and the lawyers called and they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We can't do this." So we just shut the door.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's episode 3 that's it. But he took a job.
But there's conspiracies today that are real. And this Sackler family is one of the best examples
Yes.
of one that was enormously successful.
Oh, man. computer feels so much better now. I don't understand. Or sledgehammer. It's gonna happen a few times, isn't it? I'm gonna be like, finally get it. I feel when you're a British fucking ration crew on purpose. You get nothing. For fuck's sake. One day, I'm gonna find on one of these tanks that's fucking dead. I have to haul it past and through like a million fucking scabs. What's that? Fucking Christ. They're like one over my shoulder. Holy shit.
And worked on multiple levels. And this story about getting this regulator for pretty much hotel for 2 weeks. How the fuck is that not illegal? Like, how is that not illegal?
I mean, they handle themselves. He spent a year still working for the FDA before he came and worked for Purdue, and it's pretty intense. I just saw a video that, like, I don't know whether it was TMZ or somebody found the guy, the Curtis Wright, up in, I think he's in New Hampshire, just like 2 days ago, and they kind of went after him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, they're like, what do you say? What do you have to say about the show? What do you think? And he like got in his car and wouldn't talk. And then they just interviewed the local police chief for this town in New Hampshire, who said that, well, we had no idea that this guy's living in our town. I want to take him on a tour of our morgue and our cemeteries and show him. You can. I think you'll find Curtis Wright if you look him up.
That is the definition of living in hell.
Yeah. And now, and that's, I think that people have asked, like, what is justice? What does justice even look like in a situation like this, right? Like, if you're
That's the guy?
and the red, so that's Noah who plays him, and that was just
That's the actual
that's
guy.
the actual gentleman who approved it. That's the guy who went and worked for.
So he just moved to a remote town.
Moved to a remote town, and after our show came out, I think
Is that a gun on his hip?
I don't think so. I tried.
What is that?
It's like a flashlight. He's got like a rig. Looks like
He's got this phone in the front
Yeah, he's got a whole vibe going on.
and a passport filled with trips to Thailand, probably.
But like that's the face of a big part of the issue. That this guy was a bureaucrat working for the FDA, living his life in the East Coast. Someone came along and said, "Hey, you want to get out of here? You're making 50 grand. Just say that you believe this to be less addictive. That'll get us the approval, and you're good. We're going to make you good." And here we are.
And that revolving door still exists today. The people go from the FDA right into pharmaceutical companies today.
For sure.
And it's so weird that that's legal.
And another big part of the game are these medical journals, right? Like there's something called the New England Journal of Medicine. And like a big thing is for a doctor in some of these journals are owned by the pharmaceutical companies, right? So think about it. You own Purdue Pharma. You either buy or control medical journals that write favorable articles about your products, about your drugs. So in the case of OxyContin, there was a small, like almost a letter to the editor written about OxyContin being less than 1% addictive in a medical journal, which sounds like official and like, okay, well, damn, Joe's in a medical journal.
Right.
Let's go. But these are controlled by drug companies, and they're not legit. It's fake news. It's real fake news, and it's all part of the ecosystem of selling drugs. And these are the big drug dealers. Like we talk about Chapo or Pablo Escobar. Eric Newman, my buddy who was the exec producer on this, he produced Narcos, and went deep on Pablo Escobar, and he's like, when he first said, "You want to do this?" He's like, "These are the real drug dealers, these are the drug dealers putting up the real numbers, and they're the drug dealers who put their name on museums like the Metropolitan, the Guggenheim."
Мы такую хуйню делаем.
I don't understand. What is your purpose here?
If civilizations are common, then there should be civilizations ahead of us because there's been so much time. You imagine the time scales. We've been around, say 40,000 years. I don't know how long our civilization's been around, let's say that. The galaxy is pretty much as old as the universe. It's 13 billion years worth of time. So the idea that there are no civilizations arose, 100 million years ago, 200 million years ago, 1 billion years ago. And imagine what they'd be like if they'd survived. I mean, we've had science for, let's say, since Newton or Copernicus, 500 years at most. And look what we've done. We've gone beyond the solar system with Voyager. We've walked on the moon. We're about to go to Mars, I would think. So we're about to begin colonizing our own solar system. So we've done that in 500 years. Imagine a million years. It's one of the arguments often used to say there aren't any civilizations out there in the galaxy. It's called the Fermi paradox. Because if you imagine a civilization that's a million years ahead of us, they should have written their presence across the sky by now. You should see them. I mean, you'll see us. If we survive a million years into the future, actually even a few thousand years into the future, we will be exploring.
Вали кепку!
Like the ember of my veins.
Feel bad for that guy. He probably just shoot himself. Happens to the best of us. Okay. Oh my god, I was gonna coom. I was gonna coom. Fucking scammed. Shit, bro. I got some things in here, shit. Huh. Like a loot this place or what? Hey, look. You tripping, boy? Fuck you think you're going? Make this even more efficient. I could have been fucking checking these rooms. I bet you that would have been in one of them. Hey. Is there anyone in here? You'd be looking kind of unlocked. Bullshit. Fucking low on ammo too now. Shit, man. You fucking scabs. Probably would have mentioned this in the run. Fucking play this guy.
Get it.
Jesus Christ. No tank battery.
In the galaxy, we will have spacecraft that are going to other stars. We will be doing it. So our signature will become visible, I'm sure, if we last.
Is Earth the lone oasis of life, or is the universe teeming with hidden organisms waiting to be discovered? The vast number of stars, each potentially harboring planets with conditions ripe for life, leads many scientists to believe we can't be alone. The very elements that sparked life on Earth, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, are abundant throughout the cosmos. Could this be the cosmic recipe for life, a universal secret shared across the galactic canvas? Join us as we embark on an unparalleled journey to unlock the mystery of life beyond our world.
If you look at the history of life on Earth, then, so Earth formed, there was no life, it was a ball of rock. And almost as soon as it cooled down, we see evidence of life. So certainly 3.8 billion years ago, possibly even further back than that, we see evidence of life on Earth. So somewhere along the line, geochemistry, active geochemistry, became biochemistry on Earth. And we have some idea, if you get gradients of temperature and acid and alkaline and the conditions that are naturally present on the surface of oceans, then complex carbon chemistry spontaneously happens. So We know that life, almost certainly we know that life began on Earth. The other option is it came from space or something like that, but it probably didn't. Right? It probably began on Earth. So that means that at least here, that happened. And that we know that the conditions that led to the origin of life on Earth were present on Mars 4 billion years ago. And we know that they're present on Europa today. So I don't see that there's anything special. Life is just chemistry. The idea that geochemistry becomes biochemistry is not fanciful because it happened here. So I think that given the same conditions, it would be surprising to me if the same thing didn't happen, in that life begins. To test that is one of the great frontiers of science now. It's one of the great challenges. So it would be good to know if what I've said is right. The way we find out is to find life or evidence of past life.
The universe may be filled with life, so why haven't we found any evidence yet? This perplexing question is known as the Fermi paradox. Some propose the zoo hypothesis, suggesting that extraterrestrial civilizations might be watching us, intentionally avoiding contact like zookeepers observing animals. Meanwhile, the recent surge in UFO and UAP reports has stirred excitement and curiosity. But are these truly indications of otherworldly visitors? Despite tantalizing stories and sightings, solid proof remains elusive. The galaxy remains a silent, enigmatic void withholding its secrets. But who knows, really? Could the answers be just beyond our reach, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves?
That point seems to me, once you've said I don't know, you might as well put a full stop there and shut up. I don't know, but then I think this. You know, it's like someone asked me the other day about unidentified flying objects. There's this congressional panel on UFOs. And I said, the thing is, it's in the words, isn't it? It's just like unidentified. So should we just shut up now? It's unidentified, therefore, I think there's an alien civilization close by that's building flying saucers that are trying to evade our defences, and there's a big cover-up, and the CIA are not telling us everything. So no, unidentified, that's it. I don't know what they are.
The Fermi paradox continues to baffle us, a cosmic conundrum echoing through the void. If the universe is teeming with life, why is the evidence so elusive? Some argue that technological limitations hinder our search, confining our gaze to a mere sliver of the galactic expanse. Others believe that the Great Filter, an unknown barrier to the advancement of civilizations, might be preventing species from reaching a point where we could detect them. Could it be that life is abundant, but intelligent life is exceptionally rare? Or is there something more profound, a hidden truth veiled by the vastness of space itself, awaiting our discovery?
There is an argument as well that technology so advanced would be difficult for us to detect. I mean, we tend to think of Star Wars, right? Big energy things that you can see the signature of. But actually, maybe the civilization just becomes a nano civilization because that's more efficient. It's a better way to do things. So it's possible, I suppose, that there are space probes all over the place that are so small and are so efficient and use so little energy that we just don't see them. I suppose that is possible.
The Great Filter hypothesis presents a chilling explanation for our cosmic silence. It suggests that somewhere along the path to becoming a spacefaring civilization, there's a nearly insurmountable barrier, a filter that prevents advancement. Is this filter behind us, making our existence a rare triumph against astronomical odds? Or is it ahead of us, a future obstacle that might extinguish our civilization, as it has possibly done to others before? The Great Filter looms large in our search for extraterrestrial intelligence, casting a shadow of both hope and dread. It's a theory that forces us to confront not only our place in the universe, but our future within it.
There's in the Drake equation, which wasn't to try to estimate the number of civilizations, really. It was to try and focus your mind on what the variables are, how you should think about it. But at the end of that, the way that he wrote it, there's an L, the letter L, which is the length of time a civilization will be broadcasting or contactable through radio waves. And I mean, we've been around in that form, which is with radio telescope. I like it that astronomers define civilization as when did you get a radio telescope? Then you're civilized. And you know, it's less than 100 years. So we've only been, that L for us is the contactable lifetime of civilization. It is 100 years or so for us. You know, we could have gone, you think about the Cuban Missile Crisis, for example, that could have been 20 years for us. You know, we're still in that position. You know, how long is L? How long is the lifetime of a civilization once it acquires nuclear weapons, for example, which it will? How long does your civilization manage that? It's not clear. We're doing the experiment, and we've dodged it a few times.
When might the great filter arise? Some propose it occurs in the early stages of life, where the spark of existence is snuffed out by harsh cosmic realities. Others argue it may surface later when intelligence emerges, presenting challenges that civilizations struggle to overcome. The development of complex technology, though a sign of advancement, could also mark a dangerous precipice. Take nuclear weapons, for example, a marvel of human innovation, yet a potential harbinger of our own destruction. Could they represent a great filter, a threshold that has annihilated other civilizations before us? The answers may define not only our quest to find extraterrestrial life, but our very survival.
Oppenheimer thought about this a lot because he, on the Manhattan Project, he'd felt himself responsible for creating the bomb. You can look at it many ways. You can say that he shortened the war in the Pacific, or you can say that he invented this thing that we don't have the wisdom to control. He was very worried about what he'd done. He just strongly felt, and he might still be right, that we didn't have the wisdom to control the knowledge. So it could be the case. So that could be another answer. So the great silence that people call the Fermi paradox might just be because we are fundamentally idiots. The great stupidity. Intelligent beings are fundamentally just dumb. They erase themselves from the universe. I challenge anyone who's listening to argue that there's at least a possibility that that's what we are.
The Great Filter hypothesis delves deeper into the haunting silence of the cosmos, offering a profound explanation for our isolation. Could it be that every civilization faces a series of critical barriers, tests that must be overcome to reach the stars? These barriers might include surviving planetary catastrophes, avoiding self-annihilation through warfare, or navigating the perils of unchecked technological advancement. The Great Filter posits that few, if any, traverse this perilous path successfully, hence the quiet universe. It's a theory that resonates with both optimism and warning, urging us to reflect on our choices and the universal journey we share.
The way I look at life is that it's the most important phenomenon that exists in the universe. Without life, the universe is, by definition, meaningless. Clearly, meaning enters the universe with consciousness, and consciousness is a property of living things. And so, without living things, there's no meaning. So I think that if this is the only planet in the Milky Way galaxy that currently hosts an intelligent civilization, then it's the only island of meaning in a sea of 400 billion stars. And therefore, we have a tremendous responsibility to protect this island of meaning. If we mess it up, we will be responsible, if that's the case, for annihilating meaning, perhaps forever, in a galaxy. So I think life's important.
In our quest to understand the universe, we've explored the tantalizing possibilities of life elsewhere, grappled with the enigma of the Fermi paradox, and delved into the profound Great Filter hypothesis. From the basic elements forming life to the silence echoing across the cosmos, our journey reveals both hope and caution. But as we gaze into the infinite void, one question ignites our curiosity and fuels our imagination. In this vast, mysterious universe, are we the exception or the rule? Is the key to unlocking alien life within our grasp? Or is the secret buried deeper in the cosmos than we ever dared to dream?
These are ancient civilizations that were separated by centuries, and yet this same pictogram was discovered in every one of them.
It's the oldest and the greatest cosmic question of all. Are we alone in
afterglow.
Alright. Last run. Before I fucking go have a little sleep before work. Bruh. This has to be the fucking run, dude. Come on, this has to be it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh my god, more fuel conditioner? Jesus Christ. I gotta get a LEDX or a fucking something from this shit, surely. Really? Surely before I go to, like, fucking work, I get something. Surely. propane, dude. What about that? Alright, okay, I'll take that as a win. Alright, let's just see if I get lucky now. I'm happy with that. Actually pretty good. A bit fucking heavy, but a little bit fucking heavy. Sausage? You just hear my button through the fucking plastic on the outside. More knuckle, dude. So much knuckle. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna knuckle king. Rations up there. Oh, mommy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Got my win. I got my win. So we got 2 more cages to search. 2 more. Sounds like it's directly above me. Get 2 in here. Better luck, better luck. I mean... Bit like that, bit like that, bit like that. Got the propane. That's pretty cool. Finish the run properly. So I can still get out with propane and the fucking tank battery. If I find one. Which would be nice. Which would be nice. You know. Dude, the amount of fucking gas in it, bro, I tell ya. What the fuck? This is water right here. Aquamari water, I swear. Pineapple, no. Yeah, Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't win them all. 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 Alright, fuck. Propane at least. Nice. Go suss out these spots and just fucking get out of here. A cheeky fucking nap. I'm trying to have like one of those fucking military naps, whatever the fuck. Only like 20 minutes is like perfect. A bit like that, innit, bruv? A bit like that. Really scared the fucking living shit out of this guy. Oh shit. Holy fucking... Mermaid's just dying, dude. Holy shit. Hello, is anyone in here? Really don't like pushing in here if there is. Just want to go tank battery. There's one in here, can I get it, please? You're right. It's like what? Fuck off. Ah, you little bastard. That's supposed to be a fucking tank battery. Or a fucking tank shell. Shit. Alright. Fucking. Fucking Hurus. Fucking Hurus. Can you loot this guy? No. Well, fucking tank batteries, am I right? Fucking bullshit. Oh. Get this out of fucking bunker before it gets fucking too bad. Haven't literally eaten anything on my desk, by the way, in the last fucking like 24 hours. Still finds crumbs.
Hello.
What the fuck? Hi! You bastard. What the fuck? Alright.
I just spawned in, I'm friendly though.
Brownie points for scaring the shit out of me. Wait, do you need a tank shell?
What?
A tank shell?
What's that?
This thing. What, do you need money?
I'll be on my way. I will be on my way now. Just don't shoot me.
Yeah, what do you need? Do you want more?
Huh?
Do you want more?
Do I want more? What have you got? Have you got something cool?
Yeah, you can take them. Alright.
That's very kind.
Adios, amigo. Fucking Jesus shit, you fuck. How the fuck did he? Bro. What do I look like? No. There's a sniper, my friend. I've come to bounce a headshot again. Because your LBS just couldn't penetrate. My ricochet chance just was too great. Da-da-da-da. Tank battery. Fucking dead. Fucking tank batteries. Fucking tank batteries. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fucking army. There was like 5 runs, not one. I looted like fucking 20 of those things. Jesus shit. I'm gonna wrap up this little stream. I'm gonna go to work at 12. I'm gonna have a nap and do that. And yeah.